Welcome back to Mouse to House Campers, folks, on this glorious sunny spring morning. And here we have something super special, unusual to say the least. A 2000 Suzuki Wagon Wheelhome one berth camper van. Yes, you did hear correctly. A Suzuki Wagon I think this is the nearest I've come across in my short career that will qualify as a TARDIS. I'll just do a slow walk round. So I came across this lovely example 6 months ago. I drove it back from Harlow, 220 miles back, and it drove like a dream. As soon as I got it back, my part-time retired valeter fell in love with it, as his wife has had previous Suzuki Wagon Rs, and he likes the project. So this was his winter project, and he's taken it apart and cleaned the underneath with a toothbrush, and I do mean with a toothbrush. And it just gets better and better, folks. I'll just pop that top first of all. Just demonstrate. I've got it unclipped underneath for video purposes. There's the clip, and we just push on the corner there. Hey presto, and there she goes. So it came out of the factory as a standard Suzuki Wagon R Plus. However, what he did then was purchase a 2003 Suzuki Wagon R Plus limited edition as a donor vehicle, and has transferred lots of bits and bobs across from one Suzuki to the other. So the main things that have been transferred: upgraded to alloy wheels, various parts of the dashboard, so white effect dials on the speedo, centre effect there, leather gear knob. He left the steering wheel because it was so nice, so a little bit shiny, higher mileage on the limited edition one. So he's left it as the plastic one, but we've still got that leather one in stock. He left the interior seats, not the limited version, as he wanted it all to match. What else has he done? As you can see, these wind mirrors, deflectors, little cute mirror deflectors. So here is quite an unusual proposition. You're getting one camper and a Suzuki Wagon R 2003. So you can use the other Suzuki Wagon R, I don't know, to use, because we've just MOT'd it recently, a couple of months ago, and it's fine and dandy. But as I say, a couple of the bits have been transferred from that one to this one. The only thing he never got round to doing was the rear bumper, rear spoiler. So he's removed the rear spoiler off the other one. We've got that, so that comes supplied. That can either go on the silver one, it's still in silver, or you can wish to have that fitted here and painted and colour coded. So this comes, you can either purchase this. This includes the other Suzuki Wagon R, or just have this one, and we'll use the other one ourselves as it starts up, drives, MOT, no problem. So I'll just highlight a couple of imperfections, if you like. Just being super critical and fussy, as we always are at Mouse to House, when you consider it's 18 years old. So there's a little bit of a mark here. I think the worst, it's not broken the paint, a little bit, it's hard to see, there you go. A little bit of a dint on the top here. Someone's probably, I don't know, perhaps pulled a hose pipe across there or something on the top, and a similar little dimple here. Again, that's a little bit of scratch on there. That'll probably tea cut out. So I wouldn't suggest anyone would be fussy enough to have that done. They'd just go to a dent man, etc., and have those professionally removed, if you so wish. Front spotlights, I don't think the standard one had, but the S Limited did, so he's probably, I don't know if he's changed the whole bumper or just inserted the spotlights. And look what he's done. Clean the wheels inside and out, calipers, I don't know if you can see there on the video. I'll just try a little bit of seeing if we can get under the chassis with a video camera. There you go. I did say it's being cleaned with a toothbrush. Absolutely spotless underneath. Not a mark anywhere. We can just get the camera underneath a little bit. There you go. As you can see, every wheel's been off. It's been up on stands, cleaned underneath. There is your mains hook up. Right, let's start a quick look under the bonnet. The only thing that hasn't been cleaned or power washed as such is the under bonnet area. As he doesn't believe, and I don't either, in getting water on underneath, and you start to interfere with electronics and electrics. So it's just had a little bit of a wipe over, but he's left, as you can see, it's got 18 years of a thin film of road, dirt, dust, but no visible signs of oil leaks or anything. Similarly under the bonnet, it's just providing a protective cover. Just open all 4 doors, show you the door cards. How's about that? Beautiful. We'll have a quick look at the dashboard. The mileage reading is 36,000 miles. That's been covered by 1 lady owner and 220 miles of myself. Like some sort of Bluetooth Sony CD player with an MP3 USB access stick there. Of course, it's never been smoked in. 5-speed manual. Runs like a sewing machine. You got the electric windows. Central locking. Front cup holders, electric mirrors, points for the curtains to be fitted on the front. The rear curtains are on rails. Lots of storage, it's all been well thought about. The first aid kit. Underneath, it's got mats over the original Wheelhome mats, which of course is over the carpets, which is like brand new. No marks, ripped stairs, no smells. Look at that upholstery. So yes, one lady owner from new, full and total service history. In fact, the service history, in my opinion, is bordering on criminality. Typical big dealers. It's been serviced mainly by, and I don't mind naming and shaming them, Halfords, or they used to be formerly called the auto centres. You want to see some of the bills. They've been taking off this dear old lady between £500 and £900 annually to change filters, plugs, oil filters, platinum spark plugs, changing the brake fluid. As I say, bordering on criminality. We've got no morals there at that garage in particular to take all that money. So of course the engine has been well looked after, too looked after in my opinion. But that's just an opinion. Right, in the back folks, floor there, mats over the original Wheelhome mats. There's your base for your table leg. So the passenger's seat of course is captain swivel. What I have just noticed, I've not brought in the little infill seat. So there's a seat there that goes there, and then you've got two rear seats with seat belts, as well as two. So you've got four people can travel with seat belts. As I say, I've got a little infill seat, the original one that clips there and onto the front there. I'll do some pictures of that. But mostly if there's only one or two of you carrying, travelling, you just leave that seat at home. You've got more room. So this seat folds flat here, uses the front seat and the extra cushions here that are clipped in nicely, and that creates the flatbed there. There's your table leg. Super well designed. Clips into there, and the sink top just clips out there, and hey presto, table for two. Just demonstrate the water. Old push pump, nice and simple. Nothing to go wrong. And again, that just clips into there. So easy, I'm doing it with one hand on the camera. That's the front curtains. And some paperwork, which I'll go through shortly. More space. You've got the 240 mains leads there, as well as a cigarette style power supply for 12 volt charging. You've got the mains hookup lead in here, it's all brand new, doesn't look like it's been used. And by the way, very well designed. This unit can actually clip out, so if you did wish to use it as a more of a van vehicle, it just clips out there, clips out on a couple of clips at the front, on here, and that can be lifted out. All important grill, all fully working and tested. I'll do some pictures of this showing you the flame. It's a bit bright and sunny today, thankfully, so it won't show up so well. Here, oh, we've got some cutlery, pots, pans, the mains, fuse board. So some bits and bobs there to get you started. It's got the mains lead. In here we've got the gas cupboard. Nice camping gas bottle there. Underneath here we've got a steel wheel and a brand new tyre. I put it on the ramp earlier in the day, folks, to do some pictures of the underneath. While I was there, as the MOT ran out a few months ago, the MOT inspector had a quick nosy underneath. Couldn't believe it. Never seen a vehicle like it. So I said it needs booking in for an MOT later in the week. So we had a quick look underneath, and there's nothing he could bring to mention. The only thing he said was this front driver's side tyre. It's got a couple of cracks. It wouldn't fail an MOT, but it would be an advisory. That's not good enough for us fussy folks at Mouse to House. So we're going to put the brand new spur wheel on there. That'll go on as the spur. So it's just a thing to note that it'll have an MOT. It's booked in for later in the week. It'll be fully passed, no advisories, but it will have a couple of cracks on the spur wheel. Every single wheel has been attended to, under the wheel arches, under the chassis. How's about that for a roof? It couldn't be any more straightforward, as you'll clearly see by me demonstrating now. One hand on the camera. All we do is just literally pull that down. We just push in the side netting, and hey presto. Go to the other side, push in that side netting, and that was it. And then just apply the safety catch underneath. And we'll just have a look at the roof while we've got it up. And there we have it. And even this is designed, it's got a cupboard into the roof, which I'll just pull down now. And there we have it. So that, as I say folks, just pushes back in there, but at least you've got that more cupboard space. I would suggest for some bedding, if squash a couple of pillars in there, fleece, duvet, sleeping bag, and you've got all your bedding upstairs out of the way. I'll just clip that back in place. Ah, what have I found here? Well, I didn't know that was there. You've also got the zipping on the side of the bed. More space on stairs. And I've just found this. And I don't know what it's for. Perhaps it was for there. I honestly don't know. Ah, look at that. Look what I've found. So I would suggest that must go here. This driver's seat must fold forward. Let's have a little play and create more of a worktop. So somehow you must bring the driver's seat forward. That must fold down as such. That gives you a bit more access space here. That's got a hinge. So I would suggest that goes like that and rests across the headrest somehow and creates more worktop space. Well, that's nice to have, folks. We'll put that back in its home up there. So let's have a quick look at the paperwork. So full and total service history. We've got the original manual for the vehicle, the base vehicle. We've got the original manual from Wheelhome. Hand built for the last lady, the only lady owner. There's the bed folded down. Full set of instructions. As I say, one lady owner from new. The previous owner was Wheelhome, who bought it from Suzuki themselves. 2000, come out the factory as a Wagon R Plus, but of course now it's got some of the limited edition bits and bobs on. The original service book, that's been stamped up to 2005, but then we've got, I think it'd be more conclusive, pages and pages and pages. Every MOT from you, all the invoices. As I say, it's never stopped getting air filters, oil filters, spark plugs, advanced engine system flush. Was there any need really? We're talking a few 100 miles in between services. How these type of garages can sleep, I don't know, but there you go. But if you do go into a garage and say just anything you wish to do, they are going to take your money off you. Look at these, the size, more engine flushes. The size of these builds, absolutely criminal. Criminal. Goes on and on and on. So, there we are folks. Just a quick recap. For sale here we have a 2000 Suzuki Wagon R Plus with limited edition accessories. This is on sale. 3 nationwide delivery anywhere by myself before any money is asked for. It also comes complete with a 2003 Suzuki Wagon R Limited car. That's silver. I'll be putting some pictures on our website and listing. So it comes complete with the second car, or if you wish to have just delivery of this vehicle and we'll dispose of the second Suzuki. Or you may wish to have that for future parts or use it separately. It's booked in for an MOT later in the week, so it'll come with a new MOT. You can see the service history. It'll have only been serviced a few 100 miles ago. It wants for nothing other than a new owner to enjoy it just in time for the spring season and summer. Use it as a car. Use it as a day vehicle, can even sleep in it. Super unusual, it's a true one-off. I'll even consider a part exchange if you're sensible on valuation required. By car, motorhome, motorbike, van. All I ask folks is you ring me up, use the old-fashioned landline. I don't want to get involved in text and emails back and forth about valuations and part exchanges. It's not the best way of conducting business. You can phone me up 7 days a week, 9 AM till 9 PM. And if you're happy, you wish to take purchase of the vehicle, all I ask is a lift to the nearest train station at your end. I can't be any further than that, folks.